Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our Fit for Life webinar tonight. So I'd like to thank everybody who's joining us on the live as well as who's watching afterwards as well. So thank you very much. My name is Jason Dupuy, and I am the owner and creator of JD Lifestyles, a fitness and health company here that actually helps people live a healthy and fit lifestyle. And that's what this is all about, having a lifestyle um, that you can have throughout your whole life. It's not just a diet. I'm not teaching people on how to do a diet or whatever it is. It's a lifestyle that they can have throughout their whole life. So I'm a personal trainer and a wellness coach. I used to own a martial arts gym, and I actually have my third degree black belt, and I won 5 national championships in kickboxing and actually a bronze medal at the world stage in full contact kickboxing as well. And it was awesome being an owner of a gym as martial arts gym, as I was able to help not only a lot of adults reach their fitness goals, but as well as kids and athletes reach their full potential as well. Child, and adult athletes alike. So it was absolutely amazing. But now I've gone the route of helping people more one-on-one, and yeah. So this is what we're going to be talking about tonight, guys. Is being fit for life. So what does fit mean? So what does fitness mean to you guys? So there's obviously, what most people think of is they think of the person, who's in really great shape, who's strong, who has very low body fat percentage. And for some people, that's great. But for other people, it might not be. Not everybody wants those chiseled abs and rock hard glutes and rock hard pecs and stuff like that. Some people don't want that, and that's fine, and that's totally cool. What I'm talking about for fitness is I'm going to think of it more as a long-term project. So this project is all about keeping you healthy and keeping you fit throughout your whole life. Okay? So think about this. When you're in your older years, and say you're 60, 70, 80, 90 years old or even more, do you want to be able to sit down and squat down on the toilet by yourself, or do you want help? Most people would want to be able to do it by themselves still, and that's totally cool. Because that's what I want, and that's what fitness is: being able to have a strong body to do what you want it to do. How about playing with your kids or playing with your grandkids on the floor, rolling around, and being able to run and play with them in the park, even when you're in your 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s? Why not? That's what fitness is all about. Sure, when you're younger, you might want, that chiseled body. That's great. But that's just a benefit of being fit, right? So how does exercise affect you? Well, it obviously affects our body, right? The more muscle we have in our body, the better everything, pretty much works, right? So your joints are protected a little bit more. Um, your body's stronger, so you can do more things, right? Uh, it obviously affects our body, and that's the most um, obvious thing it affects. But it also affects our heart and our lungs and our brain, right? So most people don't make the body brain connection. Exercise does affect our brain. It affects obviously our lungs and our heart as well. And I always like to think about a professional athlete, a resting heart rate. So before we get there, the average resting heart rate is what? Probably between 70 and 90 beats per minute. So that means that it has to beat 70 to 90 times a minute to keep your body healthy and alive. Okay, now let's take a professional athlete. Or let's take my resting heart rate. My resting heart rate is around 60. Okay? An elite professional athlete, their heart rate can be low as 50 or even 40. Okay, beats per minute. So that means it has to pump less to do the same amount of work. Okay, so if your heart rate has to pump more, it just means that it has to work more to do the same amount of work. It's not as efficient. Okay, so that's huge, 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 huge. And obviously, the working out, what that's going to do for our brain is that's going to help have proper brain chemistry. Okay, one quote I love, I've heard and I love is like, not working out when you're stressed is like not eating when you're hungry. Right? So let's say that again. Not working out when you're stressed is like not eating when you're hungry. And that's totally true, because when you work out, a whole bunch of hormones get released, right? And it makes your brain feel good. So your body loves to exercise. You may not to, maybe not yet, but your brain does, because it's wired that way. Okay, and if you haven't exercised for a while, it may be tough on the body. Even if you have exercised and if you exercise regularly, sometimes you just get a really good workout in and you're sore for the next couple days. That's awesome. So your body might say, you know what, I might not like this at first, but your brain will start to get rewired saying, yes, I do like this, I do like this, because it does reset, it does help battle stress, it does help reset the brain chemistry. It's awesome. So let's talk about some myths now. Okay, there's a whole bunch of myths out there about workout, and we're just going to cover a few here, but a few of them, especially toward weight training or resistance training, are geared toward women. So I don't want to weight train because I'll bulk up. A lot of women say it, and a lot of women have told me that. You won't bulk up. Okay, you will not get a large quantity of muscle on you if you're a female, and even if you're a male. It depends how you eat and what you're eating to do, because remember, 80% of getting in shape is what you eat. Okay, but if you're not training to bulk up, if specifically for that reason, if you're not eating to bulk up, you're not going to bulk up. And if you're a woman, most women don't have enough testosterone in their body to get huge. They can gain muscle, and but they won't get huge like a guy will, because just our different hormones in our body. Most women won't get huge. Another, especially if they're not eating to get that way or training to get that way. But the benefits of weight training are far outweigh that. Another thing, no pain, no gain. Well, not necessarily. You don't have to work to exhaustion every workout. Yet or 2 days ago I was doing a workout and I got a workout and it was a good workout, but I didn't work myself to exhaustion. I didn't work myself out so that I was in so much pain, right? Because if you're in that much pain, it's not enjoyable. So you don't have to work out to be in that pain. Now, at first, it might hurt a little bit, or it might hurt a lot, depending on what you do and how quickly you jump into it. And that's normal, because that's just the rust coming off of your body, right? I think of it like this: if you are driving, or if you've parked a car all winter long, especially here in Canada, and you parked it. I had a car. I parked in my garage all winter long, and the first drive I took it out on in the springtime, it didn't want to move. It was resisting me. No, I don't want to move. Creak. It was creaking. And then as soon as it got going, it was good. But that's like our body does that too. If you haven't exercised, especially hard, for a long time, your body resists you, saying, no, this is tough. But then as soon as you get going, then the body gets going again and you get the rust off. I have to spend hours exercising to get the results I want. No, you don't. No, you don't. Quality exercise is better than quantity exercise. I've seen some people at the local gym here, who go in and they're working out and they're doing their thing. They're not really getting a sweat on, but they're just going to the gym to check off their list that they went to the gym, but not really putting any effort into it. Um, so what? So what you have to do is make when you're exercising count. You have to make it count. Okay? So make sure that you're working hard in the gym. And you don't have to spend a long time in the gym. Or if you're going to work outside or whatever it is, you don't have to spend for hours and hours outside or working out. Get it in, get it done efficiently, get it done quickly, and you'll get a great workout in. Stretching before you work out. Well, that depends on what kind of stretching. I have to stretch before I work out to warm up. Well, that depends on what kind of stretching that you're doing. So if you're doing a static stretch, that you just hold a stretch for a long period of time, say 10 seconds or more, your muscles actually start to shut down. So let's take a look at this. A lot of you people have done a yoga class before. And after the yoga class, you're all stretched out and you're feeling great. But do you feel like working out after? No, probably not, because you're so relaxed. So that's what a static stretch does to us. A static stretch, when we're just holding a stretch for a long time, lets your body relax, and we don't feel like working out afterwards. If you're doing a dynamic stretch or a range of movement warm up, that's good, because then it gets your body moving. It gets your body moving, and you actually get your body going through the range of movement it's supposed to go through, and that warms your body up and gets you going. So it's better to get a proper warm up in than a static stretch before your workout. Static stretches are great for after your workout. So the next myth is, my goal is to lose weight, so why should I lift weights? Well, most people, their goal isn't to lose weight. Their goal is to lose body fat. So remember, and there's a huge distinction there. Body fat compared to weight. Because anybody can lose weight, but when you lose weight quickly and too quickly, you're probably going to be losing muscle mass as well. And we want to train to put on the muscle mass so that our body can burn a little bit more calories, and putting on the muscle will help everything work better in your body. But we're trying to lose body fat, because who cares how much you weigh if you've dropped 5 pant sizes or 5 dress sizes, and you're in your best shape possible. You could be 200 pounds. I'm exaggerating here, but you could be 200 pounds and and fit in a 32 jean. Or for men, like a 32 jean, or like, I don't know, for women, I don't know my size, but maybe like a 1 or a 2 jean, right? No. So who cares how much you weigh, as long as you're comfortable with how you look, and as long as you fit in your clothes well, right? Who cares how much you actually weigh? I don't. When I'm training my clients, that's the last metric I look at. Yes, we look at it, but at some point, my client's weight may start to incline as their inches decline. Because remember that muscle is 3 times as dense as fat is. So that means that the size of a pound of fat is 3 times as big as 3 pounds of muscle. And I'm too old to get started. No, no, and no. You're never too old to get started. You're never too old to improve. Okay, this is what this is all about. People like to use age as an excuse. Oh, it's no point. I'm too old. No, you can always improve. And there's the oldest marathoner in the world. He started running. When he was in his 70s. It's absolutely amazing. He started running in his 70s, and he's the oldest marathoner in the world. So you're never too late to get started. The oldest bodybuilder, if you want to believe this, is in his 90s as well. It's absolutely crazy, but it's never too late to get started. So there's two main types of exercise. So let's get into it now. There's aerobic exercise versus anaerobic exercise. What that means is oxygenated blood versus unoxygenated blood, or not blood, sorry, oxygenated cells versus unoxygenated cells. So aerobic exercise is exercise where you bring your heart rate up and then it's steady for a long period of time. Okay, for a long period of time. You get into the anaerobic phase after about 2 minutes of working out. Okay, and so that's when your body that's when your body uses oxygen to help fuel your cells. Okay, and there's anaerobic exercises, which are more strength exercises and sprinting exercises, where it's quick, fast, but it's a short amount of time, about 2 minutes or less. And that's anaerobic exercise. Your cells are not using oxygen to burn, to make energy, because there's just not enough time for it to get started. That's in a nutshell. It does go into more scientific stuff than that, but that's in a nutshell what that means. So there's different subcategories as well. Okay, so there's cardiovascular training, there's resistance training, and there's HIIT training, okay, or high intensity interval training. So cardiovascular training is just that. You're training your cardiovascular system. You're training your heart. You're training your heart, and you're training your lungs. Okay, and just getting them to work more efficiently. Okay, so it does increase your metabolism. So when you're working out at a cardiovascular level, your heart rate, your metabolism will increase for about 2 to 4 hours after your workout is actually done. So it'll stay elevated for 2 to 4 hours after your workout is done. And it also improves your hormonal profile, right? It helps boost your good hormones. I'm sure you've all heard of the runner's high. You know, they feel good after they go for a run. Well, that should be called an exerciser's high, because that can happen on actually any exercise. And again, like I said, any exercise is going to benefit your hormonal profile. It'll help to reduce stress, fight stress, as well as get all good hormones, good endorphins flowing in your brain as well. So then there's resistance training. So resistance training means that your body is pushing against or pulling against something. Okay, this is more to build muscle. Again, you don't have to worry about bulking up unless you want to, but this is all about building muscle. So this is good for bone density, as well as muscle density. So that's super important, even more so for women, as they're a little bit more prone to osteoporosis and muscular dystrophy, right? So a little bit more prone. So this can help combat that bone loss, combat that muscle loss as we get older. And then everybody's muscles and bones start to deteriorate as they get older, but women are a little bit more prone to it. So make sure that you get that resistance training in, because that makes your body go into muscle growth and bone density growth mode as well. It'll protect your joints, because the stronger our muscles are around our joints, the stronger our joints will be, right? Because there's supporting muscles around it. It increases our metabolism. But this is neat, because the resistance training and HIIT training as well, what happens to this is that you may not burn as many calories during the actual workout. Well, HIIT training, you might then cardiovascular, but you might not be burning as many calories as a cardio workout in the workout, but your metabolism increases for 24 to 48 hours after the workout's done because of the rebuilding phase that your body goes into, right? And then the more muscle that your body has, the higher your metabolism is as well. And high intensity training can be a combination of cardiovascular training and resistance training, but this is also what's called um, uh, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, guys. I lost my words here. It's also so let's it's a very intense workout. So it's very efficient. Okay, so you go hard and then you break, and then you go hard and then you break, and then you go hard and then you break. So it's anaerobic, right? Again, it's the same thing. It can help increase muscle. It can help with your cardiovascular health as well, and it increases your metabolism, and again, helps your hormonal profile. So where do you start? I haven't really given you a whole ton of what can I do now. Well, before we do that, let's consider some things. How healthy or active are you right now? If you're not healthy, if you're not active right now, then you may want to start slow. Because if you go too hard, too fast, you can hurt yourself, right? So you may want to just start slow. And, it might be going out for, some fast walks, stuff like that, just to get the body going and to gradually always trying to get better and better. Another thing to consider is, what do you like? If me, I don't like I really don't like doing like Zumba classes. That's not my thing. It's a great workout. It can be a great workout, great cardio workout, but it's not my thing. So I'm not going to do that. I'm a martial artist. I love pushing my body and trying to get stronger in weights, stuff like that. So I'll do that. I love running. I'll go do that stuff. So focus things toward what you like to do. And there might be some things that you don't like to do yet that you will like to do later on. How much time are you going to commit? And what are your goals? Okay, so if your goal is to get totally ripped and get a six-pack and blah and all that, get low body fat, but you're not willing to commit the time and the effort to it, well, we have to take a look at that, right? So make realistic goals. How much time are you going to commit to it at first? If you're just starting out and you're not in great shape, maybe you'll start out with 3 faster walks every week. And then maybe you'll increase it to 4, and then maybe you'll increase, okay, let's do 3 and a day at the gym, or whatever it is. So just always trying to increase, but how much are you going to commit right now? And the more that you do, the more that you like it. Like, I like working out. I use it as my entertainment, instead of on a Friday night, instead of watching TV, I'll go do a workout. I'll go outside. I'll do a workout, or I'll go to the gym. I'll get a workout in because I like doing it, because it's fun. And you might not be there yet, but eventually everything starts to change, and you will like to do it, especially when you do something that you love. If you love biking, go for your bike ride as your form of entertainment. Watching TV 7 days or 7 nights a week isn't going to help you. And of course, rest is good, but why don't we find other forms of entertainment that will entertain you, that will help you get to your goals? Do a class, do whatever it is, but just have fun and use it as your entertainment. So let's talk about frequency. Some things to consider as well. Frequency. How much time are you going to commit to it? How many days a week, right? What's going to challenge you? What challenges you might not challenge me. What challenges me might not challenge you. But you have to challenge that body. That's what comes into saying quality versus quantity. Okay, we want to get a challenging workout in. And right now, walking around the block for you might be a challenge. That's a great way to start then. Whereas if you're, a marathoner, running half a marathon, 21 kilometers, won't be a challenge. So maybe your challenge is um, doing sprint work or doing weight training. But then there's also rest. Rest is just as important as um, as the workout is, because that's when our body recovers from the workout, is during the rest period. So it's important to get rest. And again, quality versus quantity, right? So types of cardio workouts. So anything that elevates your or that elevates your heart rate and it can stay there for a while. So I know some things here: jogging, skipping, biking, hiking, the elliptical, stepper, dancing. Another great one for some people is just walking. If you're really out of shape and say you're carrying an extra, 50 to 100 pounds of fat on you, just going for a walk is going to be hard, and that's okay. And that is okay. But you have to make sure that whatever that you're doing, again, is going to be challenging you just a little bit, just a little bit. And if going a walk around the block is a challenge, great. So let's get into different types of resistance training. So there's weight training, there's body weight training, because again, the body is heavy. I weigh 180 pounds or 185 pounds. When I do a pull-up, I'm pulling up 185 pounds. That's heavy. So body weight training can be resistance training. You can also use bands, like elastic bands or elastic, like their special workout elastic bands, or as well as suspension training, which is like body weight exercise, but then either your hands or your feet are suspended in these bands that are, like, down from a ceiling or down or off a wall or something like that, so that there's also a little bit of stability training there too. So it's just kind of a more advanced form of body weight training. There's different types of resistance training. And then for HIIT training, so let's go through some basic movements of resistance training. Okay, there's a flat press, like the gentleman in the top left. A shoulder press, pressing straight above your head, like the lady top right. A squat, okay, a lat pull down or an overhead pull down, so that the weight's above your head and you're pulling it down to your chest, or a row, or when you're bringing the weight into your chest. So it's like you're rowing a boat. Those are the 5 basic movements of any resistance training move, whether it's weight training or not. So for example, for a body weight, for the flat press, the guy's lying down flat and he's pressing above his chest. If you flip that over, that's a push-up, right? A push-up is a flat press, just our body's oriented in the other way. Everything. Or so you're thinking, okay, well, what about a bicep curl? Well, when you're doing a pulling exercise, like the lat pull down, the overhead pull down, or the row, you're actually using your biceps to help pull it in. You're using your back and your biceps. You're using your triceps, the back of your arms, when you're doing a pushing exercise. And obviously, pretty much any the squat, especially the weighted squat, pretty much is the best exercise that you can do. In pretty much any leg exercise is based off the squat. If you're doing a glute bridge, you do a glute bridge. You squeeze your glutes when you're doing a squat. Calf raises. If you're doing a weighted squat, you have to use, squats use every muscle in the leg if you're doing it properly, right? So these 5 basic movements is what everything else, every other movement is based off of. Now, types of HIIT training. So you can do sprints, jumps, Tabata training. What Tabata training is 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. That 20 seconds on is as high intensity as you can. But you can make anything into a HIIT workout, right? You can do HIIT workout in walking. You do a minute of power walking, and then a minute of slow walking. Whatever it is, you can do burpees. You do burpees for 30 seconds and then break, right? So all high intensity interval training is working out really hard, really intense for a short amount of time, and then taking a break to bring that heart rate back down. And then working out again to bring the heart rate up, and then working out, and then taking a break to bring it back down. So anything can be a HIIT workout. Okay? Yeah, anything can be a HIIT workout. So let's talk about making your exercise count. So exercise is great, but if you're not fueling your body right, your body won't be able to take advantage as well of the exercise. So I love this saying, you are what you eat. So don't be fast, cheap, easy, or fake. Right? That's a great saying. You are what you eat, so don't be fast, cheap, easy, or fake. As we were talking about in our nutrition for life, we want to fuel our body with high quality foods. They can be delicious, awesome foods, but high quality foods. So we need to get protein in our body. Most people do not get enough protein in their body, by far, by far, by far, by far. Again, check out our Nutrition for Life webinar to see, kind of an idea, to get a brief idea on how much protein you should be getting. But we also want to make high nutrient to calorie ratio. So we want to have a high bunch of nutrients to compared to the amount of calories we have. Okay, most people get way too many calories and not enough nutrients because they're not eating nutrient-dense foods. And we want to have anti-inflammatory foods. Okay, those are foods that help our body recover, because when we work out, our body will get stress on it, physical stress, which is good, but the immune system our immune system goes into a recover mode, which causes inflammation. So we want to have an anti-inflammatory diet as much as possible to combat that inflammation, and especially as you grow older, to combat inflammation as you grow older. So let's talk about nutrient timing. When should you eat to get the best results? Well, we need to have regular meals to fuel our body for the day. As the saying says, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. That technically should be your most nutritious and biggest meal of the day. Most people eat their biggest meal of the day at supper time, because that's when we're home and that's when we have some time to cook some food or whatever it is. But in reality, the biggest meal of the day should be at breakfast, because we're breaking our fast and we haven't eaten throughout the whole day, or throughout the whole night, I'm sorry. And so that we can burn those calories off throughout the whole day. So we don't have only, say you eat at 6 o'clock and you go to bed at 10 or 11 o'clock or even 12 o'clock, you only have 4, 5, or 6 hours to burn off all those calories. And if you're not working out at night, you're probably not going to be able to burn off all those calories. So then we want to have a pre-workout. We want to prepare your body to work out. Get the body going and saying, yes, I want to work out. I'm energized now. I'm good to go. And there's during the workout, you got to fuel for performance, especially if you're doing, say you're training for an endurance event. You want to fuel your body, okay, during the workout, and staying hydrated so that your body can perform. Because even if you're a little bit dehydrated, that's going to greatly affect your performance. Today I went for a run and I wasn't properly hydrated and I felt terrible on the run. It just wasn't a good run. And I know exactly why. It's because I didn't hydrate properly beforehand and during. And then there's a workout. You want to have proper nutrition in your body after the workout, so that your body can recover from the workout quicker. Our body's screaming for nutrition after a workout, so let's give the nutrition to it so that it can recover properly. So let's talk about pre-workout. What are we going to do for a pre-workout? Well, let's look at aerobic training. So we want nitrate-rich foods or drinks about 1 to 2 hours before. So a nitrate is in things like beetroot juice and celery, stuff like that. And a nitrate, actually, when you ingest it, turns into a nitrite that will actually open up your blood vessels. Okay, and that'll allow for greater blood flow. Okay, then about half hour before, we want some creatine, some citrulline as well, and these actually help our muscles work better, work more efficiently, create energy more efficiently. Okay, there's a whole bunch of science behind it, and if you do your research, just Google creatine or the benefits of creatine. Our bodies make creatine, but giving it a little bit of boost, just a bit of boost to it, will help it work better when you're working out. And before your resistance or your HIIT training, again about a half hour before, we want again the creatine as well, the citrulline, as well as adaptogens. And adaptogens, oh, that's spelled wrong. Sorry, guys. It's adaptogens. Adapt, like as in the word to adapt, to change. Adaptogens, and that's to help your body deal with the stresses of the workout that you're about to put it through. So we have all these about a half hour before our resistance training, and you're gonna have a great workout. So during our workout, as long as our workout is less than an hour, we generally don't need to fuel our body as long as you properly fuel it before. Okay, so we want to have water and electrolytes. Now, electrolytes are minerals like sodium and potassium and things like that will that rehydrate your body and that our bodies need to function properly. And you can sweat them out, so we need to replenish those. Okay, if your workout is going to be longer than an hour, then you want to actually replace your glucose and fructose stores, because our body stores glucose and fructose in our blood and in our body, so that it can use it as we need it. But then as soon as it doesn't have any in it, it's going to start to get less efficient. Okay, so for those long workouts or long training periods, you want to get an easy to digest glucose and fructose so that your body can be fueled by it. So post-workout, okay, we want branched chain amino acids immediately after. So branched chain amino acids are what muscles are made out of. And so when you work out, your muscles actually get ripped apart. Okay, they're ripping apart. So we want to get those branched chain amino acids into us as quickly as we can so that the body can use them to start to repair as quickly as possible. So let's say you're at the gym after a workout, and then right after your workout, you're heading to the locker room, and in the locker room, you have your branched chain amino acids, your BCAAs. Okay, then you shower, you get home, then about an hour and a half afterwards, you want to have a good source of macros. So again, your macros, your proteins, fats, and carbohydrates, within about an hour to an hour and a half of working out. Okay, to really get the full benefit of the workout. Okay, again, having a good nutrition plan is key, especially if you're looking to, whether you're looking to burn body fat or to lose body fat or put on muscle. You need to know what you need throughout the whole day and work that into your post-workout meal as well. So some products I use, okay, I use the Amped line from a company called Isagenix. because I love their products. I've been using Isagenex for over 10 years now, and myself, and it's greatly helped my athletic performance and my recovery time and everything like that. And I love it because they're all natural products, and they're high quality products. You're not going to get higher quality products than Isagenex out there. You can take a look, and for athletic stuff, this is awesome. And so there's your pre-workout stuff. There's your amped power. If you look in the big amped thing, there's one with blue label. That's just amped power. That's your creatine and citrulline, and that's going to help you get your pre-workout. And then there's also the amped NOx, and that's actually a beetroot juice. Just a side note, the past Olympics was known as the Beetroot Juice Olympics because so many athletes were on beetroot juice to help them with their athletic performance. And this amped NOx, this amped NOx, is beetroot juice and other vegetable juices that have that have the nitrates in it that your body converts to nitrates to help to open up those blood vessels to get the blood flowing easier. Then there's amped fuel, which is a gel pack that you can have on long workouts to get a quick shot of the glucose into your body, as well as they have amped hydrate, which is an electrolyte drink. So it's a sport drink minus all the sugars and the artificial sweeteners, stuff like that. It's just B vitamins and electrolytes. It's awesome. And then the amped recover is the branched chain amino acids. So you have that right after. So from there, our Isoline Pro is a full meal replacement shake. It has a great ratio of fats, carbohydrates, and protein. There's 36 grams of undenatured protein, which means it's cold processed. So so when people heat process it, it breaks down the nutrition, but this is cold process, so it keeps all the nutrition of the way, or as much as possible. So that's Isoline Pro's a full macro meal, and then there's actually IsaPro, which is just protein, just whey protein. Right, so there's lots of different products that are out there. These are just some that I use of myself and that I recommend to my clients because they are such good quality products. So guys, I'd like to thank you for coming out to it. I just want to let you know that JD Lifestyles, we have a bunch of different services for you that can work out whether you're in the Ottawa area or whether you're across the planet. You know, if you're in the area, we do one-on-one training, group training, corporate training, as well as and if all in the privacy of your own home or actually in my private studio. So it's just me and you in the private studio, no one else. For people who are not in the Ottawa area, I do personal fitness plans and nutrition plans, virtual training, right, where I'll send you your workouts to do by email every week, and then you get back to me. So make sure, guys, you take a look at my website, www.jdlifestyles.ca, or my Facebook page. So make sure you check it all out and get it there. And next week, guys, we will be talking about health for life. We will talk about staying clean for life. Not our outer hygiene, but our inner body, keeping our inner body clean. All right, so there are some contests and promotions that is going on right now. Sorry, guys, the free shipping is not available anymore. If you did want to order products, it's not available anymore. But we are offering free consultations with JD Lifestyles. So you can email me at jason@jdlifestyles.ca, and it's jason@jdlifestyles.ca, and I'll answer any of the questions you have. All right, guys, so have a great night, and I will talk to you guys. I'll see you guys all soon.